ASTER, USDT, and this one exposed my weakness. And I'm going to show you what I saw, what my motivation for it was, what I did, what the result was, what the motivation for that was, and what can I learn from that for the next trade. Going into ASTER, this trade took place on 1 October 2025, so a while ago, where I was actually in this trade at 3 a.m. Woke up at 3 a.m. to find this trade at 162. First step one, drawing the demand zone. Step two, drawing the supply zones. From those supply zones, we can see a level where liquidity should be grabbed. That's supply zone number one. Supply zone number two, big fair value gap here, as you can see, between the wick on the low and the wick on the high here. We call this the fair value gap. Oh. So basically, following our, I drew my demand zone, I drew my fair value gaps, I saw the price structure coming down, I draw my fib level from the high to the previous low, which is here. So I want this whole swing to happen. Basically, saw the price coming up to my fib level. That's 1.2. 1.2. Price came up to a key zone, which is also 1 point. 1 point. Price came up to the key zone, 0.2. What else? Basically, I know that price often retraces back into a new golden zone to catch the fair value gap, which is here that what was created. So that's a 3 points, considering there's a fair value gap on the supply side of our trade. So we're basically looking at 1, 2, 3 point trade. What else can we see? We also saw the candlesticks pattern forming, which we call the three-headed shoulders. Basically, we have the three method formation. So that was, I consider that a 4 point trade. 4 point trade. What else? Thus, the bullish pattern formed here with when we draw an arch forming the yeah, 1, 2, 3. There's something called the law of 3 in trading, where it's basically a 5 point trade that we used in order to We've established the trade, entering the trade at 1 October, 3 a.m. with the take profit set up to the completion of the fair value gap. However, since we entered here, we basically had a really big SL, so I wanted to avoid that. I knew that the trade would go at least to the below the key zone once take into consideration more liquidation, and there's a second key zone which could also be added. So I should have taken that SL up to 21% with a risk to reward ratio of 1.86. I would have solved this issue by going partial, by saying, okay, I take the trade 1 with half of what I usually take on this level, and then another one I take here with the half. This way I could balance the risk of the trade and still manage to get at least half of the original profits. So what did I do instead, guys? This ideal situation. What I did was I did this. Okay, there's a long trade here happening. I could do this or take this. And what did I eventually do? I exited it, stayed in the trade for 41 minutes, and got out with $7 in the minus at 60 instead of taking the full 32%, which was waiting for me. I basically went away with barely, well, 1% in the minus, thinking that it will go here because I wanted to cheat the market. I wanted to say, wait a minute, why stay, why lose all these profits while I could just re-enter here? Basically, trying to cheat the market, thinking I'm better than it. At the same time, I didn't have any invalidation criteria. What do I mean with invalidation criteria? The validation criteria is defining the invalidation before entry. So, where's the setup invalidated? What price proves my idea wrong? And what price is the normal noise? So, when am I allowed to take partials? And on the